self-care is not selfish. You cannot be the best for other people in your life until you are the best you can be to yourself. Hello and welcome to my living room. It is a bright sunny day out. I am feeling good and I am trying to keep it that way, which is why today I wanted to share all the things that I try to do on a daily basis to make myself feel good and just live my best life. I also want to give a big shout out to Renew Life for sponsoring this video. Renew Life Women's Care Probiotic is made by women for women and helps with my overall gut, digestive, urinary tract, and vaginal health. Look how cute this bottle is. We're twinning today. Anyways, not the point. I've been taking a probiotic pretty much daily since I was 14 years old, and it's made a really big difference to just overall how I feel. I'm somebody who, thanks to quality genetics, has really struggled with digestive issues pretty much my entire life, and so has my mom.
Yes, can I
And I honestly, the Renew Life Women's Care Probiotic has really truly made a big difference in my life and how I feel, and it can for you as well. If you've been on the hunt for a good probiotic, which you all should be, I highly recommend this one. One thing I really like about it is that you can take it on an empty stomach, which the majority of probiotics you have to have with food, or at least that's what I found. And when you're just in the midst of a very busy day, it can be really hard to time that out. There is a link in my description box below to learn more and shop the product for yourself. Taking a probiotic is just one thing that I do to feel my best for my self-care routine. There's a lot of things that I do, and I've kind of crafted this self-care routine over many years. So I just wanted to sit down and share the things that I try to do regularly to feel good. Over the last year, more than ever, I've been trying to find more time to invest in myself on a regular basis. I try my best to do these things daily, but I'm just human. I'm not perfect. Some days I'm better than others. But I just want to say, for whoever needs to hear this right now, let this be your reminder. Self-care is not selfish. You cannot be the best for other people in your life until you are the best you can be to yourself. I also just want to say up front that self-care looks different for everybody. What is deemed self-care to one person may not be to another, and vice versa. There is no gatekeeping to self-care. It is whatever feels right in your heart, whatever feels best for you. Self-care is also a journey. Like I said, I try my best to do these things every day, but I'm human, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I fall off, and when I notice that dip in how I'm feeling, I jump right back on it and kind of ramp up how much time and effort I'm putting into these things. Don't feel like you need to do all of these things every day. In fact, don't even feel like you need to do any of these things. Like I said, self-care is different for everyone. This is just what is right for me. But don't feel like you need to do a full self-care routine every single day. If you're super busy and you can't do it, just try to find one moment or one thing to do to take a breather, take a break, and have some self-care. And then on those days when you feel like you need an extra boost, go full force and put more time and energy into self-care for you. All right, without further ado, let's get into my self-care routine to feel my best. Also, side note, this isn't a day in the life video. This is simply the things that I do or deem as self-care for me that make me feel good. As mentioned, one of the first things I do in the morning is take my probiotic to get my gut feeling right. And then I move on to making a cup of hot water. So I boil some water and then I put some lemon, fresh squeezed lemon, some ginger, and sometimes I even add some honey into it. And this is just a great way to wake up my digestive system. As I've said, I definitely have a bit of a dicey digestive system, hashtag it. And so this is just something that I found that really helps wake my body up and feel good. Then when I make my breakfast, I like to make something that's just fresh, light, and something that has protein, so it gives me sustained energy throughout the day. Of course, protein doesn't necessarily have to mean meat. And so for me, something I've been going to recently is like some cottage cheese with fresh fruit. So cottage cheese with fresh berries or cottage cheese with pineapple, light, fresh, and that protein gives me sustained energy throughout my morning. My digestive system, like I said, is a little pesky, so I can't have too much dairy, but I've been finding personally cottage cheese hasn't been bothering me, so that's been a nice find. I am also very much somebody who needs caffeine. I cannot live my best life without a little bit of caffeine in the mornings. So some days I do coffee, but sometimes my stomach is a little too sensitive. I feel like I have to be like really strong. My digestive system has to be in a really good place for me to handle coffee. So if I know that my stomach is just not feeling it that day, I do matcha as a great alternative. So this morning I had matcha, and it's a really great option for people like my boyfriend or my mom who get jitters when they have coffee. Like both of them can't really handle coffee at all. They get too jittery. And so if you find that either your stomach can't handle coffee like me, or you get jitters like my mom and my boyfriend, you might want to try matcha as a good alternative because it definitely has a nice lift, a boost, but it doesn't give you that jittery feeling, and it's pretty easy on the stomach. All right, now my next step in my morning routine isn't necessarily something that everybody would deem as self-care for them. Like I said, self-care looks and feels different for everybody, but for me, this is absolutely self-care. I love every single day doing my hair and makeup and picking out an outfit that makes me feel comfortable, but also put together. All of these things are things that I've always personally loved, and they make me feel more inspired, more motivated, more energized, more productive, and those are all the things that we love and need on a daily basis. So yes, doing my hair, doing my makeup, even if it's just a lip gloss and mascara, and throwing on an outfit that makes me feel chic is just something that sets my day off on the right tone. It doesn't matter for me if I'm not leaving the house, if I'm not filming, if nobody's gonna see me. They're things that make me personally feel my best. And that's ultimately what these things should be about. Like makeup, fashion, hair, these things should be about making you feel good, not about presenting to the world in a certain way. And that's why, like I said, I deem them as self-care for me, because I know that when I boil it down to its base, I'm actually not doing any of it for anybody but me. And that's why it's my self-care. Do what feels right for you, not what somebody else is telling you that you should do, not what society is telling you you should do. If you don't like putting makeup on, don't do it. For me, I do. So here we are. Now we're done with morning. Let's move on to afternoon. Water, 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 water. Let me say it again for the person in the back. Water. Water. Drink water every single day. I am carrying around my reusable water bottle with me, and I fill this like minimum 2 to 3 times. So many people don't drink enough water. If you have a headache, might be dehydrated. Feeling hungry even though you just had a ton of food to eat, probably just thirsty. Feeling tired in the afternoon and you need a lift, don't go for coffee or caffeine. Just try drinking some more water. Okay.
Gosh, right now I feel like I need to go run.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think it's drinking, I need drinking water.
I'm gonna get some water.
Okay, along with some good water, fresh air. Girl, it is amazing what the fresh air outside will do for you. Not enough of us, especially over this last year, have gotten out and gotten fresh air. I'm lucky. My dog has to pee, so it forces me to get out. And I'm so glad because I get that nice sweet sunshine, that fresh air, breathing it into my lungs, and it just feels revitalizing. I get to move my body and I get a little Mother Nature. And I know for those of you who don't have a dog, it might be harder to like get your butt off the computer and go outside, but I promise you, just one like bang smack midday walk, chef's kiss, beautiful, does wonders. And of course, your girl's gotta eat. Comes lunchtime. I love to have protein and something fresh and light. That's just always what makes me feel good. So this specific day, it was a nice big salad with chicken, but it looks different every single day. If you would like some healthy meal inspo, or just honestly some like realistic what I eat in a week, you should check out this video right here that I recently did a few months back of what I eat in a week. Shows a ton of meals, healthy, delicious, feels good, tastes good. Check it out. And then when we're like right around 4 p.m., I feel like I often, like a lot of people, have that kind of like late afternoon, not quite evening slump. So Often around this time, I'll make a nice hot cup of tea, something caffeine free, like a mint or lemon ginger, something like that. And maybe just sit down and scroll through TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at @MollyBurkOfficial. I post every single day really fun content, different than anywhere else. Okay, go check it out. Anyways, or I'll sit down and watch some YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. I feel like I need to do like hypnosis on you guys. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. So yeah, I'll just like watch some YouTube, scroll through TikTok, drink my tea, and take a moment, breathe, take a moment for myself. Because for a lot of us, like, okay, sure, maybe the workday might be finishing soon if we're lucky, but then you have to go home and do laundry and cook and take care of your kids or walk your dog, or there's a lot of life still to live in the evenings. So if you're hitting that slump, like take a moment for yourself, right? Re-energize and gear up for the rest of the evening ahead. Speaking of gearing up for the evening, let's move on to what I do in the evening. Again, food. We love food. So sometimes for me, a self-care meal is ordering in, right? Like sometimes it's like ordering Indian or sushi or pizza and just eating something that I love. But sometimes it's just grabbing something from my fridge that's quick and easy and I don't have to think about. So tonight it was soup and an apple and an English muffin. Okay, this next step, if you take any inspo from this video of what you should implement in your life, please let it be this one because it's a game changer. It's something I absolutely cannot skip, and that is my yoga flow. I do some yoga flow, some stretching, nothing fancy. I am no professional. I am no expert yogi. I just do what feels good and what feels right for my body. And then even more important than that, I foam roll. I am somebody who often holds a ton of tension in my shoulders and upper back, and I've been foam rolling daily for over a year now, and I truly cannot express to you the difference that just drinking enough water and doing my foam rolling of anything has made to my life. It just unwinds me, de-stresses my physical body, and helps me feel more balanced. So that is definitely like one of my favorite moments of the day, honestly. Next, my skincare routine. Now, I do like a little mini skincare routine in the morning to get my skin ready for makeup, but the evening, that's when I spoil myself. I really go all out. Many multi-step process happening. I'm an evening person. I'm a night owl. I'm not a morning person. It's not that I'm grumpy in the morning, because if I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to do something, I'll get up and I'm not grumpy about it, but I don't have the same focus, I don't have the same concentration, I don't have the same inspiration or motivation. Like my brain just isn't quite all there, whereas the evening it is. And so for me, I like to cater more of my self-care routine to the evening time. And I see a lot of people when they talk about their self-care routines or even just their day-to-day routine, they talk about like getting up at 6 or at 5. And for me, that's just simply not relatable. Like I can't do that on a daily basis because I wouldn't be productive. And this is why I say like things like self-care look different for everybody. We're all made unique. We are not created equal. That's the reality. And so as much as I am inspired by women who get up at 6 a.m. every day and start their 3-hour morning routine, my morning routine is as slim, as cut back, as minimalistic as it can be. I even see a lot of challenges lately, like challenging myself to get up at 5 a.m. every day for a week and things like that. And I think it enforces this idea that like that's the better way to live, that the better or more healthy way to live is to like get up early and get a start on the day. But that might be healthy for some, but it's not necessarily healthy for all. So again, I just encourage you to do what feels right and what feels best for you, and not let society dictate what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to live to be your best self. Now, one thing that I don't necessarily do every single night, but I will often do if I'm just really wound up, like really stressed and struggling to like unwind and come down from the day, is taking a hot bath. And sometimes I like to have a lot of fun and throw a bubble bath or a scented bath bomb in there, and just really be luxurious with it and indulgent. But for me, hands down, without fail, that is one thing that if I cannot unwind myself to calm down and go to sleep, if I get out of a hot bath, I'm like, let me crawl into my bed. It just works every time. Then I throw a pair of comfy PJs on. Sometimes it's a fun onesie, sometimes not, but I just like to throw a nice matching PJ set on. It just makes me feel good. Again, like I'm not somebody who likes to throw a big t-shirt and underwear on. Like, I love a matching PJ set or a onesie. I like to feel put together even when I'm going to sleep. It's just my vibe. Thumbs up if you are the same. Let me know. And I make a hot water bottle. I'm often a chili bean. I'm a very chilly bean, so I will often make a hot water bottle. Not every night, of course, but particularly in colder months. And it really helps me. It just makes me feel cozy and comfortable and kind of brings me back to just basics. I think a lot of people who are cold like me use things like heated blankets that you either plug in or recharge, and those are great, but for me, there's something about the simplicity of like an old school rubber hot water bottle that you fill a kettle and pour it in that just brings me back down to basics. There's something very grounding about doing the classics, you know? Now, I'm somebody who tries to climb into bed as early in the day as I can because I need, oh, hey Missy, because I just need more sleep than most people, and that's okay. But sometimes this little lady makes it tricky because she is a true night owl, like most cats, and she needs a lot of bedtime play. So sometimes she keeps me up, but I do try my best to play with her earlier in the evenings so I can get to bed. And once I crawl into bed, I kind of do my finale for the day. Now, my final moment of the day, I spend doing my prayers, which, look, prayer is not for everybody. It's a very personal decision. Praying for me is important. But if it's not for you, girl, you do you, like I've said. But what I think is something that everybody could implement is affirmations. So I usually do my prayers and then my affirmations. I think a lot of us get stuck in a really negative cycle of self-talk. You have all the power in the world to change that and to just tell yourself how wonderful you are. And when you affirm yourself, when you give yourself this positive self-talk, you radiate that energy out, and therefore you attract that energy back. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are whole and good enough as you are. You deserve to be happy, you deserve to be successful, you deserve to be loved. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that every single day. Not a day goes by when I don't fall asleep telling myself those things. And trust me, it sets me off for like the greatest night of dreams. All right, so that is some of the things that I do and I deem as self-care in my own life. Please comment down below and let me know if any of this inspired you or resonated with you. Let me know what you do for your self-care. What is self-care to you in your life? Also, a big thanks again to Renew Life for sponsoring this video. Link down below to shop the Renew Life Women's Care Probiotic and learn more for yourself. If you want more Molly in your life, you can click up here and check out this video or over here for this one. And I'd love and appreciate if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. See you next time. Bye.